Hey guys, welcome back to the Midday Mumbles podcast, episode 25. I'm Gage.
I'm Isaac.
And Brody isn't here.
Exciting stuff.
Yes. And now a word from our sponsor. Hey, I'm Gage from the Midday Mumbles podcast. I strongly believe if you want to start a podcast today for free, you need Anchor.fm. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And the best part is, it's completely free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer anytime. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard across all the major platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more epic platforms available for free. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started today for free. Again, that's Anchor.fm. One more time, that's ANCHOR.fm. I can't wait to see what you create. Okay, that was a great sponsor placement, wasn't it, Isaac?
Excellent. One of the best I've ever heard, in fact.
Let's get right into the show. So how you doing this week, Isaac, anyway?
Oh, dandy.
Dandy. So, as you guys know, Brody's in here this week. He's actually in lockdown in his house, so he's not allowed to leave. I'm rushing for time.
Did he get the Rona?
I had to record this episode.
Message him right now.
But yeah, Isaac and I are here to entertain you for this week, and
hopefully.
Oh yeah,
hopefully
definitely.
We'll entertain.
So, anything new happened this week in quarantine?
Well, last night, in fact, I went to bed and then I woke up the next morning, it happened.
Yeah. Last week I was really working on my sleep schedule. I was getting up about 7:30 every morning, and I'm hoping I can do it this week. I really want to get that nice sleep schedule in the 8 hours, get a solid, 12-hour work day. Like that's just those are what I call gains, you know what I mean? Seriously.
I mean, I think a good schedule can be good.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good for getting work done. I absolutely hate it when, my schedule is all out of whack. I mean, Isaac, that's why I always tease you, because I don't get how someone like you can function staying up all night long and then, doing...
You expect me to function? I don't function.
I don't understand you. Like, why wouldn't you want to go to bed like early? And then, not early, but like 9:30, 10 o'clock, right? And then wake up maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. Like, there's so much more to do when in the daylight hours.
I don't know if that's true.
Really?
I don't. Nighttime is where it's at,
Well, I mean, you do play a lot of video games.
When you're sitting at your computer, nighttime is where it's at.
So, has your school ended up doing anything like online or anything?
No, not really.
No.
So, in fact, I'm pretty sure this quarter isn't even gonna count at all in grades.
So, is this like a vacation?
I mean, I wouldn't call it that, but kind of, just because there's nothing happening. Yeah. I really don't have much of anything expected of me. Like, some of my teachers will post things on like Google Classroom, and but you should do it. Are they grading you? But I don't think most people really are. So it's...
Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Isaac.
I mean, I should.
Isaac.
What?
Why? Why are you doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing?
No, I am.
Oh, are you?
I mean, just other people aren't. I don't think they're actually docking anything for it, because I don't think they're even doing grades this quarter.
So are you in quarter 3 or quarter 4?
4. 3 just ended like right as quarantine started.
So are you gonna are they just planning on doing graduation, or are you like, what are they doing?
I don't think they're doing a graduation. I know there's not gonna be prom. I don't think there's gonna be any graduation.
You know how much that sucks?
Pretty much nothing's gonna happen.
It's kind of crazy because, I mean, we had everything last year, and you're not gonna have shit.
It's okay.
This year.
I think it's a whole lot of nonsense if you ask me. But
the coronavirus?
I don't. No, like graduation parties, prom.
When my dad would always say like, oh, project graduation. I don't know. They don't do that anymore. It's like, I think the students are just happy to graduate. I don't think they're really worried about, freaking doing this or that or going on a class trip. Like, I don't even know what our class trip was. I don't think it was important at all.
Didn't you guys I don't know if it was the class before you, if it was yours, but you went camping or something?
I don't know. It might have been the class before. They always used to go whitewater rafting, and then my class obviously had to do something different because we're fucking edgy teenagers apparently. I don't know what we did though. I know I didn't participate. Surprise, Gage. But no, I didn't participate because, well, I don't remember what it was. I just don't think I had any interest.
Was it like Funtown Splashtown? I think one of the classes did that.
It might have been. I think it was a water park. It might have been Six Flags, but I don't think it was.
I doubt Six Flags. Six Flags is too expensive.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we didn't have any money. Our class. I mean, we could have.
Mine doesn't either.
Well, I think the thing is,
good thing that's not a problem anymore.
Well, I think the thing is the adults, like the teachers, they think that kids care about their class and like class president and all that. It's like, no one gives a shit. I mean,
well, some people do. They're just the minority of people.
My class didn't. The first friggin' year that we had the elections, the person who won president gave everyone a free cookie. I mean, come on. If it really means that much.
One of the class presidents that's been the class president of my class just gave everyone donuts at the start of it, and that's an instant win right there.
That's all you do. Like, if I wanted to win twice in a row, I should have just gone and got a bunch of donuts from Dunkin' Donuts and free coffee, and everyone would have voted for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I would have done that because I bet you I'd still would have lost.
No, what you got to do? What you got to do is you get a bunch of what are they called? The small donuts. I don't know why I'm blanking on
Munchkins?
Munchkins. Yeah. You give everyone one of those and you say, if I get elected class president, you all get a full donut. And then that's a win.
So like a little taste. Taste.
You gotta lure them in.
So what kind of donuts do you like, Isaac? What are your favorite kinds of donut? Yeah, what kind of donut do you like?
Well, I mean, it's pretty boring. I like glazed.
You like honey glazed?
A good glazed donut.
I, for some reason,
that's where it's at.
Like a good chocolate donut. I like honey glazed.
Chocolate glazed is really good.
I don't mind the Boston cream. I think that's really good.
I used to like Boston creams a lot. They're not.
I don't ever eat Dunkin' Donuts.
Special.
I mean, if I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I get a breakfast sandwich in the morning. I don't ever really eat donuts. I'm not a big donut eater. I mean, if they're free and they're there, I might grab one, but how often does that happen?
Lemon filled donuts. I like lemon filled donuts. You know something weird? I didn't know this was a thing, but I guess whoopie pies are like I don't know if it's a New England thing or a Maine thing.
Yeah,
but I was playing games with my friends and I don't know. I said something about a whoopie pie, and they were like, "What on earth is that?"
You didn't know that was a local thing?
I didn't know that was a local thing.
I think it's a Maine thing. I actually, because Steve Snacks and Skowhegan, they I think they're one of the biggest whoopie pie distributors in Maine, and I mean that's huge. They do a lot of orders of whoopie pies. They have the best whoopie pies in the state. They're unhealthy, but they're good.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I'd say it's.
You ever seen?
That's like what? I don't know. They're the best. Like for like basic dessert things.
Yeah,
they're fantastic. You can't beat a whoopie pie.
You ever seen this show on the Food Network? It's called Diners, Drive-In and Dives. It has Guy Fieri in it.
Yeah.
Well, he does these he goes to these like epic chains, like not chains, but these epic local restaurants all over the country. And I watched it last night, and there was some weird, like I think it was like a special dessert kind of episode, and they were showing like these weird donuts that they were making and everything else, and everything on there seems really tasty. Like it's something I would try, but at the same time, it's like, it's unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a fat ass as it is, so I don't really need any more fat on there. But it's there's a lot of stuff I'd love to try. A lot of different foods. Easter we had a turkey, and I said to my dad, I said, you know what would actually I think would be really good? What if you fried the turkey, because we have done this before. You fry the turkey, and then you put bacon strips all over the turkey, and then you put it in the fryer again.
How on earth would you even accomplish that?
You have bacon wrap fried turkey.
Do you like tack it to the outside? You can't wrap it around the turkey.
Maybe there's this thing called like butter glue almost. It's butter, but it has like the texture of like glue, and you can stick stuff to it. I mean, it's definitely going to be unhealthy.
I would think that'd just fall off in the fryer, though.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But
how do you even go about deep frying a turkey?
Well, no, my dad doesn't like fryers. He hates fryers. He knows someone who burnt their house down because of a fryer. He told my brother and I, if you ever bring a fryer into this fucking house, you better never use it because it's getting thrown away. So what he does is he gets a giant pot, and he goes outside. He puts it on a flame with propane, and he puts peanut oil or any sort of oil in there. He's done vegetable oil before. And once it gets up to boiling, it's able to start frying. It's really hot.
Right. I mean,
yeah. So he fries the turkeys, and I mean, we're not talking like fried chicken. We're just talking there's really not much different. There's no like breading outside of it. You just put the turkey in there. You know what I mean?
So why don't you just oven bake it at that point?
Well, because it actually tastes better. It tastes way better, actually. We had it for a few Thanksgivings. We didn't do it this past year because it was too cold, but it's really good. And if you do it with vegetable oil, it's actually not that bad for you. Because there's no breading.
I don't know if that's true. I've heard vegetable oil really isn't that easy on the body, just because, if you think about vegetables, they're not exactly an oily thing. So our body wouldn't be very used to digesting large quantities of vegetable oil.
True, but I don't know. It's all on, I guess, taste. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
A wise man once told me that if food tastes good, why the hell question it?
I mean, I think...
You know who that wise man was?
I think the answer, or the opposite side of that is diabetes.
Yeah.
If you don't control your eating, you get diabetes.
Well, the person who told me this, and his name is David Ela.
Oh.
So
I mean, that sounds like him.
Yeah, I loved having him his class. Sixth grade.
I wonder if he still got the can of, I think it was peas or green beans or something. He had a can of green beans in the corner of his room.
Did he?
And he said that
did he
had been there for like years and years and years.
Did he tell the story of Gage and the dead plant? He apparently,
if he did, I don't remember it.
I heard that he tells every class that he has after my class about a story. So I'll tell you guys. So I was in his class. I'm sixth grade. I don't remember how old I was. I think I was like 10 or 11, and I'm in sixth grade. And the dumb Gage I am. I loved Mr. Ela. He was the greatest teacher ever. I mean, you know why I loved him? Because he listened to 80s rock and roll. He's like, we're sitting there talking about Van Halen, all these big bands.
He was the cool teacher of the middle school.
He was a teacher that everyone. So anyway, I'm in class one day, and he says, so that plant out there, it's dead. So how do we get it back to life? So the idiot I am, I raised my hand. I said, well, if we water it, we can make it come back to life. He says, okay, Gage. So here's a cup. I want you to go to water fountain, fill it up, and water the plant. So I go, it's like this giant Folgers, like coffee ground container. So I go and fill it up with water. It takes me about 5 minutes to fill it up. And I go to the plant and I water it. And then I go back to his class. He says, okay, I need you to do that like 5 more times. Because we need to save this plant today. So I'm going back and forth. This was like a 30-minute event. Gage just watering the fucking plant because Gage thinks it's going to come back to life. By the way, this was outside, so everyone was staring at me through the window.
Was he teaching class?
Yes, it was in the middle of class.
That almost seems like harassment. I don't know.
So I heard
Gage, get out of the room and go water the plant.
So I heard that he tells classes that story every year, and I'm glad that he tells that story. I heard that he doesn't say my name though, because I mean he doesn't really say students' names, but if you were in that class, you'd know. Me and Mr. Elo were pretty tight. We always would talk. I mean, you know, I had my issues with my grades at some point. I mean, I needed help, but you know, it was a good class. He was a great teacher. I liked him. But
trouble with your grades in 6th grade, Gage?
What?
Trouble with your grades in 6th grade?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've never been good at math, and I was failing math, and I had to go in and get some extra time and overtime, and I got it turned around, but I needed his help, and it was whatever.
I thought he was a history teacher.
I think he did math. I believe so.
I thought it was Mrs. Wegler that did math.
Maybe it was. I think I had to go into his class to work on it because I had to come in really early one morning.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, he was a great teacher. And you remember the CNN student news thing he'd play every day?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, my God. That was the greatest class ever. I looked forward to that class. History class. It was fun. It was really fun. But he's a big history buff. I think that's why I'm so much into history. I love it so much. I love talking about history. I mean, I'm not a big Egyptian history fan. Like, you know, you talk about China, you know, what happened in Europe. I hate European history.
Honestly, I don't get why as kids you have to learn all this dumb history like Aztec history and like
I don't think it's useful.
Not only is my little kid brain ever gonna remember this, it's useless knowledge to know.
But have you ever noticed that they teach you the same history? So they teach you like the same history in elementary school, and then they teach you the same history but more advanced in middle school, and then they teach you the same history again in high school.
Yeah,
but
and
it's
you
like
just hate
advanced,
it. You just
advanced.
you grow a hatred for history. Like I hate history class. It's my least favorite class. I'm not an English person. I really dislike English class, but I would take English class any day over history.
Oh, well, I mean, I liked U.S. government with Mr. Langlois in high school.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Langlois was good.
That was a fun class. I think
he made history a lot better by being Mr. Langlois.
He only expected notes, though. Like, there was a couple tests, but it was mostly notes. You take notes, you pass this class.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say it was an easy class because, I mean, there were a lot of notes. Like, there was an hour worth of notes.
But he also wrote them out for you, and you just had to copy his notes that he wrote. And, I mean, I'd say that actually kind of worked well. Because I feel like I actually retained some of that history class, and I'm pretty quick to just reject history out of my memory in my head.
I learned about the filibuster in his class.
Yeah.
I think the filibuster is the coolest thing ever.
Get on stage and don't stop talking.
Yeah. I think it's, especially in like Congress and stuff, I think that's the coolest thing ever.
That's what the filibuster's specifically for, Congress.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it's a U.S. government. It's not fucking reality. I don't know, but reality. It's yeah, it was a cool class. But yeah, history. I've always thought that history, they should teach the last 20 or 30 or 50 years. I think the most important thing is teaching, if you live in America, you teach the students about how the country is formed. U.S. history, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, all that. And then you specifically teach the last 30 years, and you teach about computers, and you teach about how the markets changed, how, in the 70s, you
just
had a
kind of
bag
how
phone.
the systems work and how they got to the point that they're in. Something that's actually valuable to understand, not just
that,
like
and how a bag phone
the Mongols
that
invaded China and blah year and
that stuff isn't important. But like in the 70s, right, they had the bag phones, and it costed like a couple grand to have. The coolest thing ever, the most high tech stuff. My phone right now costed $800, and it's about 1 million times more powerful than that bag phone.
About 1 million times. That's a very random number there, Gage.
In 40 years, we evolved that much, though. Like, that's crazy. Seriously. I mean, granted, we don't have flying cars or anything, but still, it's cool. It just is. It's really cool. It's cool that that's the way that is. I mean, honestly, it's really interesting to talk about.
You said it like that. Your smartphone is the upgrade over the phones of old, but honestly, I don't know if that's correct, because the cell phone's more of an evolution of the computer, not really a phone. I mean, I think it's important to teach. You can talk to other people through it, and I think it's important to teach.
I think it's important to teach how. I mean, we launched a man to space on a computer that had like 32 kilobytes of memory.
How do we even know? It was all fake. They recorded the moon landing.
I mean,
there's no wind in space, Gage.
I was watching a video. I was watching a video. It actually had Linus in it, and he went to this space area. I don't know if it was in my recommendeds. I watched it, and they were looking at a piece of history. It came from the moon, like the rocket, and it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting. It's it's like they actually had like the threads, like I don't know. This is computer talk, but it's cool. It's cool. Okay, Isaac.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't really know what you're talking about, but sure. I bet it was cool, Gage.
I'll have to find the video at some point, but not today, because I don't really care.
Right now. Stop the podcast.
Yeah. So Isaac this week, I asked him nicely if he would put interesting topics in the interesting chat. And the only thing he came up with was Gage's Zoom video. I shit you not, that's what he wrote.
Okay, but here's the thing about the Zoom video you posted, Gage.
Okay.
It's the only one of your videos that I've watched the whole way through.
Okay.
And I've got to admit,
terrible.
It wasn't that bad. It was a pretty good video. Like most your videos are just, you in the corner, and then you play some sort of Reddit thing, and then you over exaggerate some sort of reaction and blah blah blah, the standard YouTube stuff. But this Zoom video is different. It was a bunch of people being idiots in front of a camera, and that's kind of funny.
So, I decided that I was going to do an experimental video where Zoom is becoming popular. And it was going to be a Zoom video. I was going to teach a class. It's called Useless 101. And we were going to go over useless information that no one would ever need to know ever. And, we had a great turnout. The video has been doing okay. I was expecting it to do much better than it is.
It almost has 300 views.
Yes.
If you compare that to Midday Mumbles' performance, that's like God tier compared to Midday Mumbles' performance.
Every video I post gets over like 300 views. Friggin' the I Quit YouTube video almost has 500 views. I'm quitting YouTube, my April 1st video. You know how many people I scared? I had people in my Discord server saying, I actually thought you were quitting.
You don't put April Fools in the title.
No. I did that after April Fools was over because I was losing subscribers. People just saw it in their sub box and they're like, okay, I'm going to unsubscribe.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So I didn't lose too many subs, but I was starting to lose subs and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So I decided to add that in there. Indeed.
Now I'm going through reading your thumbnails. Look what you've done. I suck at Bed Wars. Oh, that's a face. That's a face right there, Gage.
Which one?
You were really trying on the I suck at Bed Wars thumbnail picture. Look at your eyes. Can you pull that up on the old podcast, please?
Well, what do my eyes look like?
Get a good zoom in on your eyes, and then slowly pan down to your mouth. I mean,
oh shit! You just look at it. So okay, the a little bit of information behind my thumbnail faces.
Yeah, explain the process of mustering up that much of a face right there.
So in the beginning, I was doing a face every video, so I came up with a new face. But then I realized there's only so many facial expressions you can actually do. So. Yeah. So anyway, I decided that I was going to reuse faces on my thumbnails. So as you can see, if you scroll down, you'll see the same faces on different thumbnails, just in different angles. And that's not me getting lazy. That's just me actually like, what other faces can I make? You know?
Wait, so is it the same face and you just take the image and move it over, or is it a different photo every time that you put on it just looks the same?
I have about 11 different facial reaction photos, and I rotate those between every video.
Hold on, I need to scan through here and get. Oh yeah, I see one that's the same face twice. These memes will cure coronavirus, and this grandma is savage. That is the same face. That is exactly the same face.
Yeah, but they're not. You never see them like that. That far apart, you know. Like,
I suck at Bed Wars face is the same face as this guy is crazy. Funniest subreddits ever. Can't read on podcast. Jeez, I can't read in general. Actually, I'm actually illiterate.
This guy. Oh, it is. Oh my god. I thought that was. I didn't even know that. What the hell,
Gage? You got to get some more faces. You can
definitely see. You can definitely see how my views improved. Like let's take a look at this. So here I am. You know, making okay, so let's go all the way back to January, right? Here I am. You know, making a video, 89 views. And then I played Flash Games, 133 views. I played Pop Tropica, 378 views. The worst websites on the internet, that actually did well, 121 views. And then like the Facebook Marketplace, 65 views. These videos are weird. 40 views. Okay, that's like shit views then.
Yeah, it started to drop off hard.
And then you start
gaming
going,
setup only got 43 views. That's
yeah, I think I'm going to do another gaming setup video. And then
can you give me some credit this time?
Yes, and then these idiots need help.
Hold on. Isaac from the Midday Mumbles. Okay, pay attention. This is the computer that Isaac from Midday Mumbles built me. Go subscribe to Midday Mumbles on YouTube. We are also on whatever we're on. And send us an email. That's what I need you to say in the gaming setup computer, okay? I built that computer for you, so I feel like, you know, help a brother out.
You keep scrolling, and then I did my commentary video. It got 3 interviews. The Oscars sucked, and then they just kept dropping again until This Is a Normal Day in Russia. I don't understand why that has 1,000 views, but that has 1,000 views for some reason.
I think the Russia meme videos do pretty well.
But then it just keeps going terrible again. And then I created a commercial for my YouTube channel, 23,000 views. What? What? Why? Okay, and then
wait, is that your highest viewed video?
Yeah, and then subscribe today, 2.1 thousand views. And then it's panic time. We're starting to get like 200 views, 300 views a video, 300 views again, 453 views, 269 views, 300 and whatever views. And I mean, the views are just improving substantially since
those
that.
launched up when you made that commercial.
Yeah. And like it sucks because that Tinder video should have done so much better. Like, I put so much time into that video.
Was the Tinder one first?
I advertised my YouTube channel on Tinder. That was the second video in the experiment series. And now I'm on to my third video, which was released yesterday. And I don't know what my next one's going to be. I really don't know yet. A lot of my ideas come to me when I'm sleeping, You should
categorize them.
Like a playlist,
Like in the playlist of experiment videos.
Yeah, I got to do those because I have a few playlists set up, but I deleted a lot of old ones of just like crap videos that I don't want people to see anymore.
Will unlisted videos pop up in a playlist?
Yes, unlisted. If they're private, they won't, but unlisted they do. So, I had a conversation with someone today. He's actually a pretty big YouTuber. He's my size. A pretty big YouTuber. I mean, I'm not pretty big, but you know what I mean? Actually, speaking of, I'll tell you something quickly. Brody, I hit 2,000 subscribers and Brody's like, are you satisfied now? You now have you have more people subscribed to you than the population of the town you live in. I said, no, I'm not satisfied. I want 100,000 subscribers now. I just want to keep going and keep.
I need why all would you want the subscribers, Brody? Don't you understand?
Exactly. But so I'm pretty happy with how things have been going. I've done like 24,000 views this month, which is no, I've done about 26,000 views actually. Compared to the month before I did the Reddit the video.
You've had a third of your views this month.
Yeah. How cool is that?
That's pretty good.
I don't like it because I know that next month isn't going to be that good. Next month is I guarantee it's going to drop.
I don't know. I think if you keep it up, it won't. I bet.
But I gotta get the Midday Mumbles like more popular now that I have somewhat of a following.
I've noticed another thing. Okay. So all of these facial, I know I'm back to the old subject, but all of your faces you're making, all but like one that I've found, they're all in the same shirt. Meaning, did you take them all in did you have a photo shoot session where you made a bunch of faces into the camera, took them all?
Okay. Have you watched my any of my videos?
What do you mean?
Yeah, have you? Okay, so in the wintertime, I'm a sweater guy, okay? Uh-huh. And my favorite color is blue. So I have like a handful of blue sweaters. And whenever I record, I have my sweaters on because I'm cold. So every video I have a blue sweater on. And someone actually just called me out recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're
so people are like, you don't change your clothes.
Yeah, you dirty boy. I do, but I record usually the day of the video. Sometimes the day before, so you never know what I'm going to be wearing. I'm thinking about buying an orange sweater and just throwing them off,
All but one video, just to break the continuity. Well, there is a video where you're not wearing a sweater. In the RL Craft was a mistake video. You are wearing a black shirt.
I believe that was a stream, and I needed a quick video, so I edited together stream highlights. Because I believe that day I didn't have time to make a video.
Huh.
I'm actually giving away Discord Nitro this month. This month. You know how many entries that's had?
How many?
7,000 entries.
I mean, hey, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking if you join that, you got a pretty good chance. You got a 1 in 7,000 chance right now. So, I mean, if you're listening to this right now, go sign up for Gage's giveaway. Get your Discord Nitro.
I wish that those would have translated into subscribers. Like, come on, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Right, because that's 7,000 individual. How does that even? Where did you?
I don't know. I made a video. I did Instagram. I did Discord advertising. It's all over the place.
You're right, because it would have at least turned into views if it was like a video. If it was like a video that was specifically saying I'm doing a giveaway, that could have turned into views, which could have turned into subscribers.
Isaac is a genius. Okay, Isaac should be a YouTuber. He knows shit.
I guess. I mean, aren't I kind of ish right now for the Midday Mumbles?
Until that ends.
What do you mean?
This is the 6-month anniversary, and Brody's not even here.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a wreck.
Yeah, it's kind of a half-ass. We haven't really. The coronavirus has thrown us all off.
Oh, for sure. It is definitely gotten more difficult.
We were working on a video podcast, and because of COVID, I mean, that kind of got
right. Because I think that will legitimately, improve what we're doing.
I mean, okay, so to the people that are actually watching this episode, do you want a video podcast? Like, is that something you guys want? Tell me in the comment section below.
Email us better. Just email us.
talkmumbles@gmail.com.
There you go. Right there.
Yes. No one's emailed us in a few weeks.
I know, it's upsetting.
I don't know.
I like reviewing those.
I feel like we had a high and then we just dropped.
Yeah, for emails for sure. That definitely happened with emails.
Well, views too. I mean, our downloads had a high.
Don't need to.
not allowed to talk about that.
No, everything is perfect.
Yeah. We're living the dream. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah. I've been considering doing a an online radio show. Like a not like music, but like a talk, like kind of like an online like talk show, like daily, like in the morning. I've been thinking about that. I think I'd have a lot of fun doing that.
It could be fun.
It could be fun.
Are you gonna post that on your Gage channel?
No, well, I don't know. I'm thinking it'd be like a live stream.
So would it just be a live stream that doesn't stick around and will poof away after the fact?
Well, it'd be like radio. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The only thing with that is Midday Mumbles, we've been doing this for 6 months and the growth has been very steady. And we've had those months where we just don't grow much at all. And then we have those months where we feel like we're on top of the world. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, that was when we got an email, we felt pretty on top of the world. So
I feel like a lot of our plans though kind of fell through because of COVID. I mean,
no, for sure.
Seriously.
I mean, we could really do a lot with this if we could actually do in general.
Well, then we also have the obstacle Brody. I mean, you know how Brody is. Brody is very reserved. For the people listening at home,
he's an interesting character.
I mean, it's kind of funny because he's like a hyper little kid that has a sugar rush when he's actually happy to do the podcast. And then he's like fucking some old grumpy asshole man when he doesn't want to. When he's excited to do the podcast. Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Well, that's kind of the hopes of, maybe if we did a video one, the camera could force some action. Yeah, that kind of sounds bad, but I mean,
we record really late every week though. Right now it's 8:50 p.m. and it's a Sunday night. But yeah, I mean, I haven't even eaten supper yet. Jeez, I gotta go home and eat. Yeah.
All right. See you later.
No. But yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What are you gonna eat when you get home, Gage?
They made chicken. My dad made chicken, so I'm gonna go home and eat that, I think. But
Nice.
Grilled chicken. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
I don't like chicken.
You don't like chicken?
I do not like chicken. I don't like poultry. Like birds.
Easter, when we had Easter, I was actually talking about going vegetarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, not full on vegetarian, but like I only eat like a certain set of ounce of meat per week, like 8 ounces of meat per week, and I can either split that up throughout the week, or like have like Friday or like Saturday be that day that I look forward to every week and have like meat. Because I heard that really low calorie diets really are effective, like for losing.
Sure. I mean, a lot of it is, how much activity you're doing through the day, how much exercise, and a lot of it is if you're overeating or if you're eating in a way that won't help hold or lower kind of deal. At least from my understanding, I'm not a nutritionist.
But like it's almost like there's a lot of days where I'll wake up, I don't eat breakfast, I don't eat lunch, and I have a little bit for supper. Like there's a lot of those days that I've been doing that. And
I mean that's not good either.
That isn't good. So I'm thinking, what if I eat a lot of like healthy vegetables? You know what I mean? So I fill myself up on like healthy shit, and then you okay over there?
Yeah. I thought you were going somewhere with that.
No, I don't know. Oh shit! Without Brody, we're lost. We always talk about how Brody doesn't add much to the conversation.
Clearly he does. I feel like he would be all over this right now.
Yeah, he'd be like, well, Gage, you can't do that because this doctor said this and that doctor said that.
Dr. Hu Jingpao from some country no one's ever heard of discovered in this and this experiment that, bloody, bloody, blah. Some Brody topic.
No, Brody topics are quite cool.
How does he even find them out?
Fun.
And that's what I don't get.
I don't know.
He knows the most random, weird things.
He knows weird
what
memes
he
too.
Loves. It doesn't. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. He's very random.
Well, he's not random. He's very specific to himself, which is very different.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
I had something I was gonna say, or I had somewhere I was gonna go with something. I gotta mentally recoup that. Oh yeah, I was hoping you would bully me for not liking poultry or something, so we could have something to talk about.
Well, as much as I'd like to drag this out, I don't think we can do it much longer.
I think that's pretty much it.
So a word from our sponsor. Hey, I'm Gage from the Midday Mumbles podcast. I strongly believe if you want to start a podcast today for free, you need Anchor.fm. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And the best part is, it's completely free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer anytime. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard across all the major platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more epic platforms available for free. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started today for free. Again, that's Anchor.fm. One more time, that's ANCHOR.fm. I can't wait to see what you create. Isaac, this was an epic episode, wasn't it?
I would say it was very good, in fact, for about 25 minutes.
And then we forgot what we were going to say.
Well, no, we just didn't have any.
Well, I mean, if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and send us an email at talkmumbles@gmail.com.
That makes my day. Okay?
If you want to support the show, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/middaymumbles. It really helps us out. It would help us out. And thank you guys all for this 6-month journey. It's been something. I mean, it's been something.
It's definitely been something. I don't know.
It's been fun.
I don't know how to conceive the words for, my feelings about this podcast over the past 6 months.
I'm sorry that Brody wasn't here this week. He'll be back next week, hopefully. Hopefully he can leave his house next week. But yeah, so I guess that's all for now. Stay safe. Don't get the coronavirus. And Gage and Isaac are signing off.
See you later.
See you later.